Hi guys, this is going to be a little bit different to our normal podcast. I'm Beckless to start, that's why I said hi guys, but I'm on my way to the bush doof that Bec goes to every year and said I had to come. So I got my son, we hired ourselves a camper van, and Bec said we need early access, come up the day before, there won't be a queue, but we've been here for 4 hours now and have not moved once. I don't know if you can see this, but we've got 2 lines over there, another line here, another line here, another line here. You'll see all the lines, and not a single car has moved in 2 hours. So thank you, Bec. We paid $75 to have early access and sit in a queue for 2 hours, and I've just been told some of the people in this queue have been here since 11 in the morning, so they've been in this queue for over 6 hours. Nobody can get in. Anyway, this podcast is going to be basically bits and pieces for the next 5 days at the bush doof of me chasing Bec around and finding silly things that she's doing. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Welcome to our bush doof.
It's very quiet for a bush doof. Mainly because we're not
We've got the cockies going, and there's got a bit of neighbourly noise.
Yeah.
There's someone hammering next door.
Where's the psytrance?
I think that was it up there.
So
You might have seen by the intro, well, the queue never ended up moving. It got cancelled.
yeah, so the reason that Peter was in line for ages was I was already in the festival because Jared works on the main stage. He does the visuals, does a little bit of it. So he'd been there since Tuesday, helping with the setup and all of that. And then I didn't tell you that there would be a queue for early access. Early access just means you get in a day early, and they only sell, I think, 3,000 tickets for that.
Yeah, I know, but I think you said if you get in early, there won't be as big a queue.
I don't think I said that.
Oh, the doof has started.
So
You don't think you said that?
I don't think I said that.
Well, I'll go back and have to look at the recording. I never did.
Okay. Anyway, so the Monday before, they had a meeting with the council because there was talks that the permit wasn't going to get approved. The permit did get approved, but then there's another permit, something about having an event or something on land, but you can't get that until the build's been complete. So that couldn't go through until the Thursday when everything had been completed. And then the guy from the council decided to arrive an hour and a half late to the site, which already people were in line for ages. And then he rocked up late and went through the site and said, no, it can't go ahead.
I thought they said he never came on site.
No, he got there late. And he didn't like the generator clips, allegedly.
No, it's had all gone out the window. It's got nothing to do with that. No, the actual person who knocked back what's called, Popes or something?
Yeah, Pope.
He didn't even go on site.
I heard he did.
No, that was all lies.
It's all just and this is the thing, is that we're all sitting in the middle of a paddock just getting all these whispers from people of what's going on. But yeah, long story short, it got cancelled. So that was really depressing.
Well, I think, none of us will know, and even the organisers said the fact that maybe it'll come out one day.
No, they said they're going to tell us.
Tell us one day.
Time.
In due time. But to me, it sounds like maybe the T's weren't crossed, the I's weren't dotted, and the council have been arseholes about that because they didn't really want it to go ahead. But all of this shit should have been sorted out like 3 months before.
I think the thing is the Pope can't, this permit, not like the guy who's got pneumonia, like that can't get signed off on until all the build's done. Allegedly.
Yeah, that's just where there's all these discrepancies that don't make sense.
Yeah.
The 2 news channels said 2 different things.
I would not believe the news for 1 second.
Yeah, well, they're completely different things.
Yeah.
But they were both talking about Oh, we've got dogs staring down at us. Oh. Oh.
It was really sad, like after it got cancelled, everyone on site, because everyone that was on site was either crew or volunteers. There was no punters in there. So everyone that was on site had been there. Like some people had been there since January doing the build. Jared's been working
I
on...
wouldn't have thought you'd even start a build till you had a permit.
That's what I don't understand.
See, that's all I'm saying.
I don't understand how it got so far into it before all this happened.
Well, I understand that because he had a previous 4 or 5 year permit, so he hadn't had to worry about it for that long. And there was talk just before he left because a couple of people there had been going there for years, and he said, yeah, since the old committee changed about 2 years ago, they've got a bit slack with everything. So whatever, it doesn't matter. All it is it's such a... The people who were involved with it not going ahead should have had to come out and face the people who had been sitting there, the people who had driven halfway across Australia, people that couldn't
Sam
catch
did do something. I don't know if he did it to the crowd, but he did post a video.
Yeah, but that was wasn't that just for the workers? That wasn't outside.
Oh.
There's lots of stuff that was done badly, like buses just dropping people off in a paddock with no toilets, no
really
shade,
bad.
no water. And the toilets came out to the queue half an hour before it was cancelled. So they already knew it was going to get cancelled.
So shit.
Anyway, it's all shit. But there's a lot of people, and I was really peed off because I was thinking that I don't know if I can handle Psytrance for that long.
There's other stages. There's techno and there's
I know.
a bass stage.
I would have disappeared to one of those stages, but just in a time, the 3 hours we were out there, 3 or 4 hours we were out there, Len and I met so many people, made friends with so many people. Like, literally made friends with nearly every person that walked past.
And that's the spirit of it. Everyone there is so friendly. Like, where we camp, there's another crew. We met them last year. They've got these incredible big dome structures that they build. They build them for Chill Island, which is another one of the stages. And so their campsite, they set up these massive big domes. And I think the youngest in the group, he's like in his mid-40s. So everyone, he's the youngest. So it's these bunch of like older people that have been going to festivals for years. And they're the loveliest people. We like go and hang out with them and stuff. And everyone's just really nice and friendly. And the mood on site after the cancellation got announced, everyone was just devastated because like Jared was beside himself because he spent 3 months on that modelling that stage in a 3D program called Blender, and that's 3 months of work.
All the DJs are flying over from overseas. The visual guys that have been working on their stuff for ages.
Yeah.
All the people with the food vans.
They bought all their food for 5 days, and perishable food that they bought for 5 days, and everyone was just so crushed. And because it was nighttime, by the time the cancellation got announced, once the sun went down, all of us crew said, screw it, and we all went and fired up all the stages and threw a renegade party, which only lasted for about 45 minutes before we got told to turn it off, but at least we got to party a little bit.
Oh, I thought you partied all night.
Oh, no, yeah, we did. Then they set up another stage in crew camp that we partied at, but we fired up Sun Temple, and Taz did his awesome visuals, and I think someone of the crew got on the decks, and so I got a little bit of Sun Temple boogie. It's just really sad to see everyone's livelihood, and like the mood was really. And then it was really nice that they set up on Sunday an event for everyone that had a ticket in the city, because they've flown all these all the DJs from international overseas were already here, so they. He
most likely would have had to pay them.
Yeah, well, Taz has already been paid, the main visual guy. He came from Austria.
Yeah. See, they would have all had to be paid. So I'd say he most likely might have picked up 1,000 tickets in sales. Oh, it might even be that much. But he might have picked up some sales, but I don't know. It was a shit show.
Mm-hmm. But then, it was nice that they put on a free show if you had a ticket already, and they were selling tickets at the door, and they had the people from the art gallery had that set up, and you could buy that, and they had some of the stalls set up. So it was nice that they tried to do something, but at the same time, it was just a Melbourne pavilion. It just felt like I was at a club with psytrance in Melbourne City. It didn't feel
Didn't
like...
you take your tent in there?
didn't
What's the good of you?
It didn't feel like I was at a bush doof. It was just like I'm at a club playing psytrance with some cool visuals. But like it was, even the mood there, like everyone was really flat but kind of trying to enjoy themselves. It was kind of weird vibes, but like it's
In
better
the
than
queue,
nothing.
everyone was just annoyed it wasn't working, but they were all so excited.
Yeah.
And it's sort of about an hour before they started telling us to squash our cars up closer. I don't even know why they even did that.
Just to get off the road.
No, because at that stage already opened up other lanes. And it was sort of like the rumours were, we're going to have to camp the night out here. It's not going to open until the morning. But it wasn't long after that. Was it you who rang me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone was starting to see it on their... Like, to be notified on Facebook...
Yeah. Which
And there's the amount of people that didn't believe it, and we told them to get... Well, because there's so many people on their phones there and it's right out in the middle of the bush.
Yeah, all the internet was all congested.
A lot of people couldn't get the internet up, so they didn't want to believe what was saying because the crew was still outside saying, no, it's just a hold-up.
Well, I don't think the crew had been involved.
The people were sent out hadn't been told.
Jared was sitting in like one of the main offices working on the stage with Taz, like mapping it out and stuff, and then all of a sudden the cancer, and then like apparently a bunch of like the main people started to get all frantic, and then someone just came up and tapped Taz and was like, don't waste your time, bro, it's over.
Anyway.
Very sad.
It's sad, but...
I don't know. I hope they're saying that
shouldn't
our
be allowed
tickets...
to get that far.
No.
I think it should... there should be a cut-off that you have to have a permit by this day. If you don't get a permit by this day, and this is before anybody's travelled, before... And you know, little things, like even if it didn't go ahead on the Monday, it would have saved me $2,000.
Yeah.
It would have saved that poor guy, the DJ, that had to, because of the cyclone, which wasn't a cyclone. Thank you for the couple of people that said, hope you're safe with the cyclone.
Yes,
well,
thank you guys. We lived down in Melbourne, we didn't
it's
hit
about
us.
2,000 kilometres away, and it ended up just being a tropical storm. They got a little bit of wind, but they got a shitload of rain. But
Yeah, one of our friends who's a DJ, he's living in Brisbane at the moment, and he couldn't get a flight. His flight got cancelled, and he was meant to play Friday night. So he drove all through the night from Brisbane to Sydney to get a flight, and then posted a status being like, woo, made it to Sydney, see you soon, Esso. And he would have been in the sky when the news broke that it was cancelled. I'm like, oh.
And that's the second time he's been mucked around, isn't it? Because he came down to something else that was cancelled. Well, the same organisers. No, didn't say that. Anyway,
It's...
onwards and upwards.
Yeah, I hope they can come back next year, but who knows at this stage. It's just really devastating for everyone involved. Even all the DJs that have spent months working on their sets, writing. Like a lot of my friends, not only are the DJs, but they're producers, they write their own tracks. So they've been like curating their mixes, writing new tracks, doing new remixes, and they've spent months on that. And
I don't know, there's a lot of things in the world a little bit that feels like America in the 50s. Trying to take fun police off younger people. Just everything that seems to be being sorted out seems to be these old farts that are all upset because they're old.
that's what it feels. Who knows? It could be that they didn't do something right, but to me it feels like it was some kind of how were they allowed to get this far before the rug was pulled from under them? So to me it just sounds like it was some kind of like, haha, we'll show you.
Well, it shouldn't have never got to that meeting on the Monday before. It should have been sorted out way before that. Well, put it this way, if I was going to be investing that amount of money, I wouldn't be putting a shovel in the ground till I had a permit.
I don't know. Anyway, it's very, very devastating. I've been very sad. I feel like a little part of my soul has gone to sleep. It was my happy place.
Your happy place.
It was one thing
I never got to see your happy
place.
place. That's how like that thing I say to people about Hasselblads. If you never tasted the best chocolate in the world, you don't care that it's been cancelled. It's once you've tasted it, it's when you say, oh, yeah, I want that chocolate. It's like proper Polaroid film.
Went to that thing every year except for the first one. It was my good times. Anyways, not much we can do about it now.
Yeah, it's a bit like when Rainbow
Yeah.
went. Lots of people were really upset because
I loved
they lived their whole year for that.
Why live my whole year for us?
No, I meant these are people who did selling stuff and all that.
Yeah.
The traders.
Everyone's sad. Anyways, hopefully they can come back from this. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Maybe they can find somewhere else.
Hopefully.
What annoyed me though, sorry, last little thing about this, is that another bush stuff was happening over the weekend down in Gippsland. They were allowed to go ahead. Someone died there last year.
But that doesn't mean it's the organiser's fault.
How come they got a permit?
So there was somebody born at Woodstock. Why hasn't that happened every year? There's people died at Woodstock.
I don't know.
And there was the other festival that was down the Grampians. That went ahead, didn't it?
That's what I'm talking about, Pitch.
I thought you said down...
Oh, is it Grampians?
Grampians.
Oh,
No,
it
it's not.
starts with a G. But yeah, that last year there was like bushfires and they kept people there with no shade and no water for a couple, so they were trying to stretch it out so they didn't have to give people refunds, and then someone...
Yeah, because as soon as it was cancelled, they had to give refunds.
Yeah, so they were just trying to keep people there with no water, no shade, stopped all the music. People said it was like Fire Festival. And then...
It was Burning Man.
Someone had to get airlifted out and died.
What
And
did he
they
die
were...
of?
I don't know.
Most likely overeat on something.
I don't know, but they were allowed to go ahead.
There's been people die at rock concerts. Just from heart attack and silly things like that. Someone died on a plane the other day. Some poor couple had to fly half the flight.
Had to sit there.
Surely the plane... Don't the stewardesses have seats? There's a spare seat up in the cabin.
I
Put them
saw
up
that. That was messed up.
That was really, messed up.
I don't know if that made
How
international
can
news,
staff
but...
get it so wrong?
Yeah,
Like, you can't... Put them in a toilet.
I know.
Although there was that Indian Air... Did you hear about the Indian airline?
No.
Only one toilet was left running, all the rest were blocked. They had to turn around and fly back, and then people had to, I think, were pooing their pants because they couldn't use the toilets.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Then there was another plane that had all this water flowing down the aisles. One of the plumbing pipes had broken.
Oh, gross.
I don't think we catch a plane for a little while. I think maintenance might have stopped.
God, that's gross.
Gross.
I'm just checking we're still here. I've got red lights on there.
Got red lights on there.
Just checking things.
You're checking everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been a little bit flat and my wedding is in a week. So I've got that on my plate. I've got this on my plate. I'm emotionally spent.
Emotionally spent.
I'm emotionally spent. I'm at the point where I'm just like, I want to just lie in bed with my cats and...
You're the one who wanted the wedding. You're the one who yelled at your poor... Oh, he wasn't a fiancé. Your poor boyfriend that you have to marry me, otherwise you're out.
I didn't say that.
It was pretty close to it.
Was
it was
not.
a demand.
Was not, anyway.
It was.
That's in a week and my poor bank account is so sad.
Your poor bank account, so sad.
I've only got two things. I've got to pay for my flowers and my makeup and I've got to get some earrings. But I found some kind of cheapish ones that I'm going to get.
There's a whole heap of earrings at the studio that I got from mums.
I don't want those.
I think they were grandmothers, or my great-grandmothers. What, that would suit.
Oh, and I need to get a new pair of shoes.
Haven't you done that yet?
No. Why? When? What time have I had?
So that place didn't sell the same ones in a shorter heel?
No.
Oh. Yeah. She kept on saying that she had some 6-inch heels, and I'm thinking, no, you wouldn't be able to walk properly in 6 inches.
They're like platforms. They're real chunky. I can walk in them.
Except you're a foot taller than Jared.
Not a foot taller, just too tall. But that's all right. I found some shorter ones that I'm going to go get on the weekend.
On the weekend.
Yeah.
Leaving it to the last minute.
I know. That's all right. Look, it's all right. Everything's all right.
Everything's all right.
I just want this whole thing to be over with at this point.
Oh, do you just?
I do. It'll be nice, though. I'm sure it will. It has to be.
Are we going to do a podcast from the wedding? I might do that because I'm on a VIP table.
I thought they told me that the people that get to choose off the menu is just the bride's parents, and then they told us that,
Well, the bride's parents are on the VIP table.
well, but except for my parents are not on, so they said they can have 2 VIP tables. So the
So you
groom's,
got 3 VIP tables?
no, just he's getting a VIP meal on the rest of the table. Because you're on a
I would have
table.
been able to pick what he'd want. Just say he's having this.
Oh, anyway.
Anyways.
It'll all be fine once it's over.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what I'm going to put up with. Flatsy.
I told you I'm emotionally spent.
Emotionally spent.
It was, speaking of the wedding in the bush stuff, it was a little bit funny on Wednesday when no one was there, and during the day, because Jared can't work because you can't see projections during the day. It's a little bit too bright.
Couldn't they put the curtains up?
So we're just sitting around in a paddock, just us two, under our marquee, having a drink, and then I was like, oh shit, we've got to pay the wedding venue. So we're sitting at a bush doing financials and then having to pay people.
And then I'm watching emails come in, you haven't paid yet.
We did pay.
The email said you hadn't.
I said they hadn't received it, but I was like, here is a receipt.
Here is a receipt.
It was just a bit funny. I think that's the first paying wedding venues from, oh, there's a cat, a very large cat.
Where, up on the...
Yes.
Yeah, they should have Mancoon.
I know, I love Maine Coons.
Yeah, but it's a dwarfed Mancoon.
It's an orange one.
Oh, no, that's...
That's a big one.
Oh, that's not, I don't think that's a Mancoon.
Oh, it's a big cat.
It's a big cat. I don't know, they're banging up there, so they're doing something. Yes. All right. You finished with all your
I think I'm finished with
D-Day grimness. Sorry, everyone out there cutting their wrists and jumping off friggin' bridges. I've had to put up with this.
Sorry for being so doom and gloom.
But you were talking yourself down. You were making yourself feel worse. Yes, I told you off on the phone, didn't I? Yes, shut up. Sometimes I think you like feeling bad. No? You like watching maths, which is all about drama and stuff.
That's not me feeling bad.
Oh. Anyway, I'm going to talk about things, photography.
Oh, yes.
Just a couple of things.
About the lenses and the f-stops?
No, more about stupid things like YouTube, and you do a really good tutorial, put a lot of time and effort into it, and then because you've put up a thumbnail, it really shows what the picture is, but because it doesn't look sexy, nobody clicks it. So I'd say it's one of my better tutorials. Like, it's the first one done in a while for YouTube on dance.
Oh,
I think, and I was just like, it's really weird. It's sometimes like photos. Sometimes there's a photo, I think I love this photo so much, and it goes up and everyone, yeah. And I don't get down about it. I just more get down that I thought the model deserved more than that. I don't care because I like it. I'll hang it in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'll get to see it as many times as I want. It annoyed me that one of Lissy, the dance one with Lissy, who's an amazing dancer. And we created some really nice shadows and stuff. And everybody who's watched it likes it.
Yeah.
It's just that...
It's not
But
getting...
I don't want to... I could have easily done a clickbait. I could have put Lissy shot, if I'd showed that shot with her in a tripod and ballet shoes.
But then everyone loves clickbait. That's
No,
not
but
the
I would have
video.
still had that shot in the video for because, you know, to show everyone who she was.
Yeah, but then people would still...
They still would have said that because they just want to see nudities. Nudities. That's another, I don't know, one will come up in a couple of weeks where I put bars across because the T-shirt's a little bit sheer.
Which
But
one's
even
that?
that's a pain in the butt. The edit I did of the Illith.
Oh, yeah.
That cost me 4 hours. We're going to earn maybe $100 out of it. We paid her. So we're going to be, but it took me 4 hours to put stuff across where she could walk down the street in it and not be arrested. That's what I mean. The world feels like it's going back to the America in the 50s.
Maybe YouTube's run by the council.
Could be.
Council, the festival. Maybe they're in cahoots.
Cahoots. But because I got to spend a lot of time at home and I stuffed me back again.
Sitting in that uncomfortable RV and then...
There's a longer story to that. When we're in the queue, two couples are in an RV next to us, and he was an electrician. We're having problems with, it was a 15 amp cable and my battery pack's only 10
They
amp.
had meat, didn't they?
So they had mint, and I said we could, because they didn't have enough petrol to keep the RV running to keep the fridge on. You're not allowed to take gas in. That's the only other way you can run your fridge. So I let them put their meat in my esky, but I pulled the esky out on my own and click. But there was a big esky, about that big. And then the drive home nearly killed me. Nearly killed somebody else too. They hit a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Len was a really paranoid guy. He was just glued looking up for kangaroos.
We didn't see it. We saw a dead one on the road, but we didn't see it.
That might have been the one that
most likely. But
rode off the car.
We left at night time because Jared had to help pack down and shit. So.
Is he going to get paid?
I think he's gonna invoice them for 50% of his amount because he didn't technically do the work there, but he did put in work beforehand. So
and he helped with the setup and pack down. You got to pay for that. Oh, it's getting a bit dark. We might get rained upon.
So he's going to invoice them for 50%, which he was umming and ahhing about that because he's like, oh, should I just forfeit my pay in hopes that they'll go ahead next year? But
no.
I was like, Jared, you've done work. You did 3 months.
It's not just that. If they don't go ahead next year, he doesn't get paid.
Yeah, we've got a wedding to pay for.
Your wedding?
Yeah.
Your wedding?
Our wedding.
Your wedding.
Our wedding.
The other things I was going to rant on, because I got to edit all weekend because I could hardly move, which is not good sitting in a chair anyway, was when I was going through, I did a Bec edit and I decided to do the shooting on the Leica. So I started thinking, I've got to start shooting on the Leica in tutorials because nobody else has. I don't want people buying the new Hasselblads and I won't have the old Hasselblads. But the pain in the ass of getting overexposure warning and for all the Capture One people, no.
No.
We've been there, tried it. I've tried it for years and years. Cannot get my look. I hate it. It's not my look.
Hate it.
Hate it. I can get my exact look in, or close enough to exact same look in Lightroom. I can't even get close with Capture One. And I don't want to have to pay a monthly subscription for Capture One to capture it in, then a monthly subscription for Lightroom to edit it in. So all that's not happening. But I did realise that I am going to go back and do most of the tutorials with the Hasselblad, and I might just take one of the pictures into Lightroom to show my settings each time to how to get the same look. But it's just so much quicker and easier both for us shooting and for editing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It saves me time, and especially YouTube that doesn't cover costs. So I've got to streamline it.
But it's like even on workshops. I remember one year when we went to America. We went somewhere, and you bought you didn't bring your H6 with you because you were scared that something was gonna happen to it, and you just had hell trying to teach with the overexposure warnings and all of that. Or did you bring your X? I think you.
No, I bought my X so I could use my
right.
overexposure warnings. It's just that looking through an orange viewfinder just made it revolting to shoot with. And I've done stuff with the Sony, but with Sony there was a thing a lot of people don't realise is there's a period of time where you couldn't tether Sony with Lightroom. That's because Sony had done a deal with Capture One to have the special Sony packages. And when Capture One said they were going to delete those Sony packages, then Sony said, well, stuff you, we're going to let Lightroom tether us. But yeah, I got to send another email to a mate of mine at Adobe and get them to look at it. Can't be hard for them to get that overexposure warning fixed from all 3 channels hitting 255 to you set it where you want it to go off.
Yeah.
But with that, the video I'm editing right now, which was out in full sun on a beach with Rara, and I don't know, I've done the first setup, which was all shot on the Leica, and they're all really nice. And the second look we did against the cliff was on the Hasselblad, and Oh my God, I don't know I think I've got to, if I've got good light, I shouldn't be using anything but my Hasselblad. It's annoying because it's that chocolate that I've eaten. No,
It's your SO.
it's my SO. It's so annoying because it feels like, I know I've got something nobody else can have, but I looked at so I've just edited, I spent, I think, 4 hours editing all the stuff that was on the Leica and grabbing those pictures with just a batch setting put onto the black and whites. And they're all right. There's the odd picture I really like, but overall, they're all right. The Hasselblad, I've just gone, I love this. There's this depth. And I'm still using really good glass on the Leica, and I don't know, I think it's because I've been shooting medium format so long, it's a medium format thing.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying. It's too annoying.
Too annoying.
But that's a me problem. Yeah, I would love someone to do a workaround. I would love, it's never going to happen, I'd love a camera company say,
Is your chair going to, I feel like you're going to fall back.
if I do, I'll just fall in the mulch that I mulched.
God, it's making me really nervous. I kind of can't look at you. Don't.
What?
I want you to fall.
Well, worst happens is I'm going to die and you're going to have to edit this. Yes. Oh, yeah, thanks for the thumbnail.
What thumbnail?
Oh, putting me in not even my team colours, putting me in a team that I don't even support.
I struggled so hard to find footy players that we could put our heads on. A lot of them, it was looking to look weird because a lot of them, they were mid-tackle, and I was like, oh, that's going to look weird.
You're always mid-tackling me.
I was like,
Pervert.
I can't use a photo where they're tackling and then
Why not?
put our heads on line. No. That's weird. So I couldn't do that. I'm really actually, speaking of thumbnails, I was going to obviously take a photo of us at the door for this week's, and now we don't even have a photo from Esso.
I think I've got a photo and we'll just superimpose you on the
I have
toilet.
a photo. I went around and took videos of everything.
So you got a photo on the inside. I've only got a photo on you from the outside.
Of course I do.
You're going to blend them, are you?
I was inside. I went around and took photos and videos where I was crying, being like, I don't know if I'm going to be back here. I was very emotional.
You were a little bit.
Yeah, enough about that.
Enough about that.
Yeah.
We keep bringing it back to that. It's like you and food.
Sorry.
And sorries.
It was the biggest thing that's happened to me this week. It's the only thing that's happened to me this week.
Food. Well, I cooked up 3 steaks to take to SO, so I decided I'd just have steak tacos each night. And yeah, I've had steak tacos for the last 4 nights at home.
I was really looking forward to there's a food, they've got all these, the food there is always incredible, and there's this food store they have every year, or gourmet toasties or something, and I always get this chicken royale. It's called
A chicken royale.
It's called a chicken royale.
Tuba tender in Pulp Fiction.
I think it's like $23 or something like that. But it's this nice thick bread, and then it's got cheese, chicken breast, maple sriracha bacon, and cherry tomatoes, and then they toast it, and then they sprinkle some salt on top. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Were any of the food stalls open while the setup was happening?
No.
So what'd you eat?
They do crew food.
Oh.
And you get a little stamp, and then you get lunch and dinner. I think you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Crew food.
Yeah.
Crew food. That's a good name for a band. Crew food.
I got some bolognese one night. We did some kind of chili and rice and veggies one night.
Chili, rice and veggies.
Yeah. But no, the stalls weren't over. The stalls were still setting up. But I didn't get my chicken royale. But I was really looking forward to spending $23 on a toastie. I
thought you were broke.
I am. I took out money.
Oh, you were hoping I would be there. And
No.
Peter, it's lunchtime. You got to pay for lunch.
No.
It's a Friday. It's work day.
I took out money.
You took out money.
Took out monies. Treat myself.
Also, everyone who knows me knows we got first F1 of the year today.
Oh, is it today?
Yes. Well, the day this comes out.
Oh, right.
Which is Friday. So looking forwards to watching it, and I'll be editing and watching all weekend.
Who are you going for? Is that what you do? Do you go for people?
You follow people, go for. No, go for something. That sounds aggressive. Who do you barrack for? Go for. Gopher. A golfer. They dig holes in the ground and gophers.
When we're watching UFC, I asked the boys, Michael, which one are we going for? I missed UFC on Sunday. My friend sent me a video from the first fight of the main card. Some guy got like kicked in the head and full knocked out, like brutally knocked out. Shattered, I missed it.
Brutally knocked out. Well,
But who are you following?
Ricardo, but he's not in it.
Oh, well, who are you going for that's in it?
My favourite car is Ferrari. So I was following Ricardo until he got booted. I still want Piastri to do good. I want Doohan to go good, but I don't think Doohan's car is going to be any good.
He's the other Aussie guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
His dad rides motorbikes.
We've got, yeah.
Yeah,
Then we've got the New Zealand guy who's taken Perez's spot in Red Bull. He kicked Daniel out, so I don't know if I like him. But also, Piastri's took Daniel's seat in. So an Aussie and a New Zealander got rid of my favourite driver. Anyway, I think my number one, I'll be watching Lewis first and Piastri second. And really, really interesting to see what Carlos Sainz does in Williams. I'm really interested to see if he can bring that up.
Actually, the radio show that I listened to on catch up because I'm not up early enough in the morning, they were doing a competition to win F1 tickets, and they'd get 3 callers to call up and do their best F1 car sound, and the one that they thought was the best would win the tickets. What's your best? What's your best sound?
My best sound?
Yeah.
Worm.
That's the best you can do.
That's what a worm's motorbike sounds like. It's a daddy joke.
Oh my God.
I hadn't done that daddy joke on you.
Don't say daddy.
Don't say daddy. Daddy Dom? So how can you say Daddy Dom?
People say that being like Daddy Dom.
Daddy Dom.
People mean it sexually.
I don't know if there's a recording of it, but Daddy Dom did...
New York, Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Gardens.
I've seen videos. He did some new remix of some song.
Has he got a
really
proper video, or is it just people in the crowd not enjoying the show, videoing it for everybody else?
He did some awesome opening where he did some remix and the words were like, "What's up, New York?" It was really cool.
What's up, New York?
It was really good.
I did love Rez's Portal. I want a video on that.
Yeah.
Like a proper one. That looks friggin'... I want to see that at Red Rocks.
We'll see. Speaking of people calling up, there they are, some guy that called up to win the tickets who, if he had a favourite racer, and he's like, "Oh, Max von Trappen." And they're like, "Do you mean Verstappen?"
No, von Trappen.
Like, how embarrassing. Saying that's your favourite and you don't even know his name.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't even remember what it was, but there was a model at Fashion Week being interviewed in Australia and asked about the designer and completely mispronounced the designer's name. But it was like a Chanel, but completely pronounced it wrong.
Channel.
Channel. I can't remember what it was, but it was quite funny. I was a bit disappointed. I watched that movie,
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
You didn't like it?
Well, I didn't realise it's just pretty much Graham Stokes' Dracula.
Oh.
So I got to watch that again because that's very old. So maybe being so old, but I love that Graham Stokes version. Whereas this, it just didn't have the creepiness that
Well, Nosferatu was originally a silent film from ages ago.
Yeah, that's based on Dracula.
Yeah, but it was. So I think Dracula would have been based on that because that was like one of the first horror movies to ever be made. It was a silent film from like the.
Yeah, it's the exact same storyline as.
So they would have spaced it off that.
Yeah. Which, like, I still enjoyed it. Yeah, there's plenty about I liked. It's just I didn't like the fact that I already know this story, and I liked the version that I remember. I'll have to watch it because I'm also watching. And what was I thinking? But although a couple of the older movies I've watched recently, I've actually really enjoyed watching because they've just got that space. They don't seem to jam everything in 5 minutes, and there seems to be breathing room. I did watch Fargo again. You've never seen it, I know. And it'll be a movie that I think if you could stay awake, you would like it. It's a complete messed up. I don't know if it's true or not. Originally was told it's based on a true story, and then someone I think tried to look it up and said they can't find the true version of it.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people. It's like The Strangers. They say that's based on a true story. It's not. I think they just do that to rope you in.
Oh, the best person who did that was Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Had everyone sucked in that those were the real tapes that were found.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever, though.
But
that was a very good movie.
It was.
Some people couldn't stand it because of the shaky things, but
it was like the
good.
first of its kind of like the found footage subgenre.
Subgenre.
Subgenre. Covered in bruises.
Yeah, what have you done to me?
You're covered in bruises too.
I've got a bruise on that. On one of my arms. Oh, yeah.
I'm covered in bruises.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this from.
Oh.
You've been punching me without me knowing.
No.
No.
No, I promise.
I think we might be able to just get this out before.
I didn't realise it was going to rain. Oh, welcome to Melbourne.
We need rain though. Backyard is. Sorry, this is in my backyard. My bush stuff. This is my bush stuff. Here all the. We've got. Well, I could bring out my mulcher and get some beats happening off that. So what are you doing this weekend? You can't chill, you got too much on.
No, I forgot that I've got tickets to see Under Oath on Friday night.
How many tickets did you buy?
A lot. Well, Jared bought these ones. They're his favourite band. We weren't going to go because we were like, it's too close to our wedding. And then
in between Esso and your wedding?
Yeah, Jared decided, like, because they're his favourite band. They're like an old emo band. And Jared was like, no, decided we need to go. And so he bought tickets. But then I got a text message from my beautician because they send out a reminder 48 hours that I'm meant to get waxed on Friday night.
Oh, so you're going to be hairy-legged on the wedding. Oh, that'll be fun.
No, and now I'm like, and so I called them before to reschedule, and I was like, is there anything tomorrow night? And they're like, no, sorry. I'm like, what about Saturday? And they're like, no, sorry. I'm like, what about Monday night? I'm like, no, so we're fully booked. And I'm like, well, I'm getting spray tanned on Tuesday, and I need to get waxed like at least 24 hours before that. So the appointment's at 6, and the band comes on at 7:55. I'm like, can I make it? Could I get waxed and then quickly race to where they're playing? I don't know where they're playing. I need to look that up.
Yeah, it'll be another daddy dom dollar.
Like, can I make
You're
it?
going drag. Everyone else is going to be late because of you.
Or am I going to just have to find somewhere else and cheat on my...
I think you're just
I
going
might have to just cheat on my beautician.
I think you're just going to have to be hairy-legged wedding.
No, I can't. I need to get a spray tan on Tuesday and...
Can't get sprayed over here?
Over where?
Huh?
What?
Can't get sprayed over the hair?
No.
Why not?
Because it doesn't look as nice. Originally, I was going to get a spray tan on Wednesday, but then they said that they reckoned 48 hours before, not 24 hours before. In case something goes wrong.
Big commercial shoots, it's always 48 hours.
So I'm gonna have to probably cheat on my beautician with someone else, and then so they're actually supporting another like emo band, but I'm not really keen on seeing them, so I might just see Under Oath and then maybe bail And then Saturday I need to get my shoes and I need to get some earrings. And
That's all of 10 minutes next.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
That's all you're doing.
I'm chilling. I'm broke.
So have all your dresses been sent off to be
Claire,
resized?
one of my bridesmaids, I put her to work.
Did you change yours?
Nah.
Yeah, I thought you'd be silly doing what you
Well,
said.
mine was perfect. And
I know, but you thought, I'll just pull it in just a little bit. No.
So
I mean, nothing funnier than you pull it in a little bit and halfway through the night it splits.
So I'm not changing mine. But yeah, I put Claire to work. She picked up the dresses last Sunday.
Nobody knows who Claire is.
One of my bridesmaids.
Right.
I said that one of my bridesmaids, Claire.
Right.
She picked them up and I said, look, I'm delegating this task to you. You go. She found an alterer, so she's going to get them altered and they'll be ready on Sunday. Yeah. It's all coming together. I've delegated my mother-in-law to get the place cards printed and the seating chart.
I think everyone's really enjoying this.
What?
To the wedding planning podcast.
What? It's nearly over, guys. It's nearly over, I promise
Then what's
you.
the next drama?
I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy having. Jared's been enjoying actually because he's spent the last 3 months working on this stage, and now he doesn't have that. He's gone back to playing video games. I'm not used to him taking the lounge room. I was used to him sitting in the office, and I had the lounge room. Now I have to go to the bed now. It's all right.
Oh,
it's fine. I have a nice big TV and a mattress topper. I'm not that upset about it.
I wish I had time. My simmer's just sitting there, so one day you'll come back to me. I don't know how I got so far behind again, but then I worked out.
It's because the editings take you...
Till we're going to Europe, I've got over 30 days of editing.
Well, I'm trying to edit this one thing for you at the moment. This is taking me ages trying to chop the dialogue up so that it makes sense. Because we didn't mic the model, but a lot of it is you talking to the model about getting her to be like emotive and feel and to like bring that out.
But as you said, she didn't answer anyway, so...
But she didn't really answer, but then when she does answer, she kind of mumbles and we didn't have a mic on her, so you can't really hear her answer.
But you could type in her answer.
I could. But a lot of her answers she didn't really answer. It's just really hard.
So you're seeing what I have to put
Yeah,
up
because
with.
it's a lot of waffling and I'm trying to chop it so that the conversation still flows and makes sense and without it being too... Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling your pain. It's taken me a little while and I think I've done like 15 minutes of it.
My pain is more on, you watch all these people's footage of like the 360 and the GoPros and things like that. When you start using them yourself, to me, they look shit.
Mm.
So, but I want to be able to sit on my camera, and if I just put my RX, which looks great, the stabilisation's pretty hopeless in it. So it's very shaky footage if I'm handheld.
Mm.
I'm thinking about sticking an iPhone on top of my camera because that has motion thing on it and just see how that... But I'm still... Although the iPhones, I still like the footage better off that than both the GoPro. I've given up with the DJI piece of crap little thing. It just won't track and I don't like... can't grade it. Like, that grade's horrible. I don't know, I sound like a whinger now, but it's...
Yes, welcome to the Whinging Podcast.
But it's at the end of the day, quite often I'll sit to myself and say, it's not about... We're not teaching cinematography.
Yeah.
We're not teaching that. We're just trying to have as many cameras as we can running to capture different angles.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, some of my favourite podcasts and channels and that, the people don't really give a stuff about the quality of the cameras and that. It's more, it was handy, it was in my hand, I used it.
Mm.
It was, yeah.
Nah.
Do we sound like whingers today?
I know.
See what happens when you invite me to a failure?
Okay.
I blame yous for this.
Well,
Look. What are you looking at?
I was just checking we were in focus, speaking of things, but we have yellow lines around us.
No, people tell us if we're not in focus, so don't worry about it. Yes, I was trying to remember there was something else I was going to talk about. No, it wasn't whinge. It was talk about, there was a whinge. Indie campers. How's this? You turn up to pick it up, and there's nothing in the terms and conditions or anything written. And, you need to leave a $3,800 deposit. There's people that would not have that money.
I don't have that money.
Like, you paid it in full and they want a deposit. Like, nothing's mentioned anywhere.
That's ridiculous.
And then when you get back, I dropped it off the next morning from the day I picked it up. And what are you doing back? I said, enjoy my money.
Festival's cancelled.
Then she said, all right, but we'll be sending you through a survey to fill out and you won't get your refund until the survey's filled out.
So shit.
That can't be legal.
That's so dodgy.
So that's fine. They got the survey filled out. But one of the things so some of them just had multiple answers. So when I said the dropping off, and I rated it 2-star because of that, you go to the drop down, what was your reason? The survey before you can get a thing, they had that listed as a reason, as why it got 2 stars.
What, because of the survey?
Yeah, so enough people have said it to even list. Oh, now I'm falling.
Oh my God.
I'm going over.
Don't.
We could have caught that live. Yes, there's 4 or 5 of the things that I complained about. Every single one of them was listed as a drop down. So they already know these problems. Someone's already pre-written them out. So the cruise control didn't work. There's something blocking the sensor at the front. Then when I dropped on and said, the cruise control, no, they don't work. I said, thank you. It's a pain in the ass driving without cruise control these days.
Especially for like 3.5 hours.
And on the roads where there's lots of cops and that waiting for people who don't have cruise control.
Jesus. Yeah, sorry. They had really good reviews on Google.
Well, if you try and talk to them, you can't. They don't have an office in Australia. Well, they don't have an orifice anywhere. And I had an issue, even with, whinging again, even with like 2 days before I pick it up, it says you have to do a online pickup. So you go in, you fill everything out. At the end, it said, all right, credit card detail. Why do you need credit? I've already paid in full. And it had the full amount again it was going to charge me. And it didn't give me an option not to click pay. So I got onto their little chat thing and robot started. And I just wrote on there, do not want to speak to robot. And then it came back, wait 30 minutes and somebody will come on chat.
Oh my God.
So someone did come on chat in about 20 minutes. I said, you changed your pickup time from 10 o'clock till 10:30, so later. I already paid for an early pickup. It's $21.06. Why? Oh, well, no, cancel that. And I'll pick it up at the same time.
Oh my God.
And she had to, 3 emails later, she said, we've redone it all. Just go back on and you can just hit confirm. The other thing is I added another person that was sleeping in the van, but not driving.
Yeah.
And the email address wasn't a different email address to my email address.
You sound absolutely useless. I'm very sorry that I organised
No, I'm not blaming you.
Well, it's my fault for booking it.
Well, I'm blaming you for inviting me there, so I'm not blaming you for... In fact, everything comes down to that.
It was meant to be a really good weekend. Did you see that? I sent you the video I took of our Renegade at the main stage, didn't I?
No.
I'll show you when we finish this.
Oh, so you have fun and don't even send it to me.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't come.
Should I drop it in the podcast?
What's that?
The video?
The link?
No, it's just on my phone. I could drop the video in of what the stage looked like once it was fired up and
sorry, there. Yeah, if you want, you can stick it on there.
I'll drop it in so you guys can see what would have been.
Drop it in there.
With the amazing Taz visuals from Austria and the Sun Temple it would have been so good. Sorry if you don't like Psytrance, but...
Sorry if you don't
Sorry
like straight
if you don't.
trains.
Not many people do, but I'll drop it in anyways.
I can do an hour straight without a problem, but I don't think I'll do 3 days straight. Especially that da-lump.
Oh yeah, I start to get annoyed when it's just that all that I need like offbeats.
Offbeats.
I need my offbeat.
Your offbeats.
I can't deal with constant triplets. I need offbeats.
What's it? The model in Paris, his boyfriend DJ
Ines, she's dating Trime.
Trime. His latest set.
He does hard techno.
I know, but he's got a couple of really nice drops. You'd really
Yeah,
like
he
them.
did a remix of a song that I've got on my playlist. I've been absolutely flogging recently.
Is it?
Yeah, the last drop is real proggy, and I'm like, this is
Yeah,
this is progressive psytrance. This is not hard techno.
Yeah, when it dropped, it
might be the same song.
Could be the same song.
But like, yeah, I remember when I heard it, I was like, this is progressive psy. Like, what are the hard techno people going to do when we tell them that we've been listening to this for years?
I heard Led Zeppelin are making a new album.
Aren't they dead?
Aren't they dead? One member. No, I think they've stuffed them and they've filled them with AI animation or something. I just like one of my favourite bands, but I wouldn't go see them now. My God, it'd be like going to a nursing home. I saw something with Phil Collins. I feel really sorry about Phil Collins because a while ago when he came out to Australia, his back is so devastated. It literally brought him out in a walking frame. He had to get off stage for about half an hour in the middle because his back was giving him so much pain. It's like I want to see them at their peak or just listen to their vinyl afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a bit disappointed they bring out news because I know that it's like the last thing that Pink Floyd or David Gilmour sort of did. It's like I would have preferred not to have heard that.
I saw some. There was Knotfest the other week, and Slipknot headlined. Or Knotfest.
I wonder why.
No, actually, there was a Knotfest and they didn't play. I was like, don't call it Knotfest then. But I saw some footage of them. They actually looked really good. And they'd be
They didn't get the greatest of reviews last time they toured.
Well, what I saw looked really good.
Well, it's like we saw Chili Peppers and they were good, but they were better before.
I thought they were good. They were fine.
No, they were good, but I saw them in their heyday.
Before I haven't had the chocolate.
You haven't had the chocolate. Well, that's the problem. See, I've seen some of these bands when they were in their actual heyday. So I was really impressed with. I saw something with Mick Jagger the other day and just thought, Jesus, you've got to be over 80 and you're sort of moving like you're 20.
He's got the moves like Jagger.
Oh, my God.
He's pickled, though.
Yeah, I think he's pickled. Yeah. I don't think there's any human left there. I think it's all juice.
That's why people are like, no way, you're 32. I'm like, I'm pickled. I'm preserved. Preserved from all this. I am pickle paws.
Pickle paws. Well, I'm glad I didn't take my dog up to the vet, my old dog up to the vet, because I think he's had a stroke or something. Like, he still wags his tail and that, but did you see him walking?
Yeah,
it's a little bit like you walking before you go to a dog.
Your puppy walks like me.
Yes.
On the side.
Europe.
Europe's going. We've got bookings in every city now. Zurich's actually got a heap of bookings.
Yeah, and you didn't want to. You sort of.
No, I didn't. You didn't.
You didn't. I blame you.
Me. Well, no, it's going along. We've got bookings in every city, so that's good.
Yeah, some of them are moving really quick, so
yeah,
it's really good.
It is really good. So if you guys are interested, there are spots still available in every city, but we are getting bookings for every city, so be quick. My other whinge was, if anyone is going to book and there is a problem with currency, please just email me first. I'm pretty sure I've fixed the problem. There was something on our site that was changing people's currencies.
Oh, so what's our site in the end?
No, it was, and then I fixed it, and now I've tried on Chrome, I've tried on Safari, and I've tried on my phone, and every single city now, if I go to click on it, it displays in the currency of the city you're trying to book in. So if you try to book London, it will display in pounds. If you try and book
Australia,
we don't have one, but it should display in Australian dollars. If
Our problem was people would have VPNs, and I'd be setting a VPN to America. They were in London, and they wondered why we're trying to charge them US dollars because our site was seeing that they're an American.
But also, I have a thing in the back end.
You have a thing.
That's
Is it a special Bec thing? Is it?
It's a little thingy that I set that says force currency, and then I can set what currency I want to force it to. But that wasn't when, so I emailed our IT team and said, hey, this isn't working. And he looked into the code and said, oh, there's a bit of code that seems to be stopping it. So he's fixed that, and I've checked it. So it should all be fine. Famous last words. But if you do have any problems, please let me know. But it should be charging you in the currency of the city you're trying to book.
You hope.
I hope. I hope I fixed it. Me being a little hacker girl. I think I fixed it. Anyway. Hopefully I see you guys there.
Anyway. What you're looking at?
How long we've been yapping for?
You're over it, are you? You're trying to cancel, are you?
No, we've been yapping for an hour. I was just checking.
Oh, well. So what's the thumbnail for this week? You're going to get a doof picture.
Oh, maybe I'll superimpose us at a doof.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll superimpose us there. I'm so sad.
Are you going to use some BI?
Bec intelligence.
Bec intelligence?
There's none of AI? That. There's no such thing as Bec intelligence. That don't exist.
It is quite funny the amount of people that use AI heavily in their retouching and think it's great. And whenever you speak to them, they've never printed something big. And I was speaking to somebody and he said he just...
Oh, it's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog staring.
Yeah, it's just staring down at us. Hey, let me out.
The tail's hitting the
kill
window.
you.
So I was like, who's knocking? Is it your wife? No, it's the dog.
Yeah, I just suggested to one of them, even if you go to a cheap printer or something, just print it bigger than A4. Just one size bigger than A4. Mm. And guys come back to me and go, oh my God, why don't they tell us this? And couldn't believe it. And it's that thing, the AI, like even in movies, so how many millions and millions of dollars get spent on special effects, AI and CGI and things like that? But you can still see it, can't you? You can always see that background just doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
enough AI
I better
talk.
let you go drown your sorrows for another couple of weeks.
Well, it's starting to rain a bit more, so we should probably get out of the rain. I can see clearly now Lorraine has gone. Who's Lorraine?
Who's Lorraine? I used to work with Lorraine. Anyway, we're going downhill fast.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good week, hopefully.
And we'll see you next year when...
I'll be married.
But we're going to have to record it before your wedding.
I know.
There's no way known we can record it on the Thursday.
No, I know, but when you guys listen to this next...
Can we pretend... You'll pretend you're married.
We can pretend I'm married.
And then the next week, you'll really be married. The change will be horrendous. You watch her go from this pretty little model to this old hag in a click. Poor Jared, he's not going to know what hit him.
Oh my God. I'm going to
The
get up.
second you get married, you already know.
What?
Put your cup in the dishwasher. Do it in there.
I already
and
do
you're gonna...
that.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Anyway, see ya.
Bye, guys.